We are here in the deserts of Arizona at the VRBO Fiesta Bowl, where we will be taking on the SEC champions, the Texas Longhorns, in a rematch from earlier in the season, and actually what could be a potential rivalry for me dating back to last season when we played them in Austin, put a whipping on them. And then they came to Tallahassee earlier this year, where we did hand them one of their only losses of the season as well. So they are out looking for revenge. We are out here looking for a repeat performance and a trip to the semifinals, as we are here in the quarterfinals of the playoffs, taking on the number 4 Texas Longhorns in the VRBO Fiesta Bowl. So let's get ready to get this thing underway here. Now, I do just want to say welcome back to the channel for those of y'all who are returning here to Champ & Sons. And if you are new, welcome and thank you for joining us for our college football content. So before we jump in, let's take a look at what we are facing. So Quincy, we faced him earlier in the season, and he had a pretty good game, but overall his season went incredibly much better than that 1 week. 42 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. You've got to be kidding me. Basically a 14-to-1 ratio. Then on the running game is where the Longhorns seemed to I won't say slack, but pulled back a little bit. They didn't have a 1,000-yard rusher this season. Coffee was their top guy. Frank's coming in a distant second, right? Coffee with 950, Frank's with a little over 300. So got to watch out for that there. Now, Jimmy Romo in their passing game, that's where things kind of go a little extravagant for them. Almost 1,300 yards for Romo. Carvalho, almost 1,000 as well. 26 touchdowns between those two. Duck, their number 3 receiver, 9 touchdowns on only 56 receptions. They can throw the ball through the air. Now, looking at the defensive side, Raheem Lewis did lead them, coming off the edge with 18.5 sacks. And then Francis comes up behind with 10.5, so 29 sacks between just those two players. Both of them looks like coming off the same side there, so we are going to have to be careful to watch those blitzes. They do get a lot of pressure. I think we should expect that coming into this game. And really, it's going to be interesting to see how they go a little differently against us. One area where they were also kind of lacking is in the turnover game and the interception. So we might be able to find some of those passing lanes and actually make some big plays in that kind of realm. But it is going to be interesting to see how that all shapes out for us as we get into this game. So speaking of this game, let's jump into it here as we come out early on in this one. Quincy and the Longhorns on their opening possession as they hand that one off to Coffee, and he takes it right up the middle for about 3 yards. Lord coming up with the stop. So 2nd and 7. Horns are at the 37-yard line on the move as they're going to be in a pistol formation, 3 wide set. Has the snap. Play action rolling out to his right. Pressure comes, but he drops the pass off to his tight end, who's got nowhere to go. Picks up just 1 yard on that play, and that's going to force a early 3rd down here. 3rd and 6. So 3rd and 6 from the 36. They need to get to the 30. Going to be in a shotgun. 2 tight ends to the left side of the line. Quincy has a snap. Pressure comes. He's going to be hit and dropped behind it. That's going to force him to punt. Great play by this defense as Lord comes up with another one off the edge. On the blitz, comes through untouched. And a great job getting around the outside there to get the pressure and then to bring Quincy down. Alex Lord, our sophomore, coming up with the big play. He's made a lot of these big plays coming on these safety blitzes so far this season. So now we're going to jump into our possession a little later in the first quarter. 5 minutes to go. Score is still 0 from the Wildcat on the jet sweep over. As we get that jet sweep off going to Lane, he picks up a good, decent chunk of change down to the 40-yard line on the plus side of the field now. 1st and 10 Seminoles as we're staying in the shotgun. 3 receivers set. Davis is in the backfield with Smith. Has the snap in hand. In the pocket. Pressure comes rolling out to his right. Throws that one away and almost intercepted. You've got to be kidding me on that one. John Smith has got to be more careful than that. He's struggled with interceptions at times this season, and sometimes it hasn't killed us, but it can be a game killer. So now the next play on the jet sweep over to Nakua. He gets around one tackler but unable to get free as this defense swarmed all over him to bring him down for just a 1-yard gain. So 3rd and 9. Smith staying in the shotgun. 4 receiver set this time. Nakua wide left, has the snap in hand. They rush only 4. Fires it over the middle. He's going to hit Akiri, who makes the catch, and he's going to fumble it. Akiri fumbles at the 25, and it's scooped up by the defense, and the Longhorns will take over at the 27-yard line. And, oh, man, Akiri, normally such a sure-handed receiver, hasn't had a problem with fumbling really the last 2 seasons, but that is a big one. Juan Howland comes up with that scoop, or comes up with that hit. And, I mean, it was a hard hit. He didn't see it coming, but, man, you've got to hold on to that thing. So now on a 1st and 10 following the fumble, Quincy drops back, fires it to the right side. Longhorns take a shot, and they got Romo at the 20, 10, 5, and that's going to be a touchdown, Texas, as they're going to take a lead following that fumble. One quick play is all it took. Quincy to Romo, a combo that has been deadly all season as they match up once more here in the Fiesta Bowl, and that's going to get the scoring started. Right off the fumble, they take a shot deep, and I mean, really, he just got on the other side. You know, Romo, he's got the speed. He got on the other side, so not much could be done there, I guess, in that sense, besides better defense. Now on the extra point, we come up, and it's going to be blocked. We scooped it up, and Connors actually falls on it. Oh, man, Connors had a wide open field if he hadn't fallen on it. That's disappointing. Either way, it's 6-0 now as we find ourselves trailing but on the move. Blitz comes once more, fires it over. He's going to hit Davis coming out of the backfield, and he makes the catch and is brought down at the 38-yard line. 11 yards on the first catch here this evening for Connor Davis. And he's normally great out of the backfield. He's got really good sure hands, so it's good to have that kind of double weapon available. Now 1st and 10, Smith hands it off to Davis left side. Lowers his shoulder, meets the defender. They collide harshly, and he gets brought down about an even, I'd say an even split on that hit. 2nd and 7, it is still just a 3-yard gain. So from the 35, Smith making changes before the snap. 4 wide set. Sends Burks in motion, has the snap in hand, clean pocket, takes off to the right side. He's got space. Smith at the 25-20, and he's hit. He's going to fumble it this time. Smith fumbles, and that one's recovered by the defense. Back-to-back fumbles here by the Seminoles offense, and that's, oh, God, we can't start this. We've seen what happens when these turnovers get out of control. Amari Tribble comes up with the big hit right there, but Smith, I mean, he took off. He hasn't really fumbled that much this season. Didn't think he would, and he didn't slide, and he takes a shot. And that's going to end our drive, and the Longhorns have it once again. So here we are in the second quarter, following the fumble, going for Romo again. It's a jump ball, and this time we're prepared for it. And we knocked that one away. They tried to give Romo the 50-50 ball, and it went our way that time. So 2nd and 10 from the 43 on the plus side. Quincy has the snap, hands it off to Coffin going on the left side. He's got space open in front of him at the 30, makes the cut at the 25, and is brought down at the 21-yard line. Coffee with a big gain right there. Longhorns are going quickly now. They lead 6-0, 1st and 10 from the 21. Quincy in the shotgun, hands it off to Coffee to the right side, gets past one tackler, but he's being chased down. Too many defenders are going to be around him. They bring him down, and there is a flag. There is a flag down. It looks like that is going to be for holding, and it is going to be holding on the Longhorns. Jeremy Ali, the tight end, comes up with the holding call. That's going to make it 1st and 20 from the 31. So Quincy staying in the shotgun. 3 receiver set. Hands it off, going to the right side. Big hole opens up. They lower their shoulder, but we finally bring them down. Cam Freeman up in on that play. So 2nd and 12. Coffee back in the backfield from the pistol formation for the Longhorns. 2 tight end, 2 receivers. Hands off to Coffee, going to right side. Big hole opens up at the 15, 10-yard line. Look at his legs get cut out from under him, and he's brought down at about the 5. No, they'll mark him down at the 4. They will mark him down at the 4, so it's 1st and goal, Longhorns, as they try to push their way to make this a 2-score lead. Hand off to Coffee going left. He's going to be hit and stood up. Brigg got him. He got him and brought him down to the turf. Copper was right there with him, and that's going to make it 2nd and goal from the 2. Defense with their backs literally against the ropes here. Coming in the heavy formation. Quincy hands that one off up the middle. Makes a cut, and we bring him down once more. Nowhere to go on that one. That's going to make it 3rd and goal from the 2. Our defense stepping up big time. Great job reading that run, especially right at that last second cut, and still making the tackle. 3rd and goal. Longhorns trying to spread us out as they send a man in motion. Quincy's got the snap. It's going to be an option keeper. He's dragged down from behind. Biggs got him. I didn't think he would be able to chase him down, especially once he kept it on the option, but we do, and that's going to bring out their field goal unit. So minimum damage done if they make this one. As that boot ball, and they do get it right down the middle this time, unlike the extra point. 9-0 here, but that can be technically considered a victory on that one. So 1st and 10 following their field goal. Smith fires that one over. He's going to hit Nakua, who turns it up and picks up 7 yards right over the middle. He's got his 3rd catch for 17 yards today. 2nd and 3. Smith staying in the shotgun, 4 wide set. Davis offset to his right side in the backfield. Smith has the snap, hands off to Davis. Makes a cut. Nowhere really to go on that one. The defensive line for the Longhorns dominated that play, and they were able to bring him down at about the 41-yard line. So that is going to leave it as a 3rd and 2 here. 7.5 minutes remaining in the second. We trail 9-0, needing to put some form of points up on the board and avoid a 3rd straight turnover. So 3rd and 2, hand that to Davis left side. He's got a hole open. Great block down the field by Nunez, and that's going to bring up some extra yardage. 1st and 10 at the 29. Davis 7 rushes for 36 yards so far tonight. So 1st and 10 at the 29. Still with possession. Smith claps his hands, has the snap back. In the pocket, pressure comes, throws it late, but he does hit Nakua, who holds on to it for 9 yards. Gideon Nakua comes up with a big-time catch right there. 2nd and 1 now from the 20, just basically right at the edge of the red zone. Staying in the shotgun, 4 wide. Wusu and Akuri on the slot right. Smith has the snap, hands off to Davis up the middle, nowhere to go. The Longhorns played that one perfectly. And I guess it looks like they do give him about a yard. They are going to make it 3rd and inches here. So needing to get a 1st down, we are going to come out in our heavy set formation here. Smith under center, Boyette in the backfield. Smith has it. It's going to be quarterback keeper right up the middle, and that is going to give us a 1st down. Smith thankfully did not have a chance to fumble that one. It's going to be 1st and 10. Seminoles at the 18, well inside the red zone now. 3 wide, 2 running back set. Smith has the snap. Pressure gets there. Drops off a screen pass to Davis left side. Cuts it back up the middle. Pushing forward still, and he picks up 4 yards. He may have been able to get a little bit more had he cut it outside, but hey, read the blocks what he could and made the best of it. So 2nd and 6. Smith staying in the shotgun. 3 wide set. Sends Nakua in motion. Has the snap in hand. Fires over to the middle to the trusty Nakua. He makes a catch for about 6 yards on that. It's going to be 3rd and 2 now. So 3rd and 2 from the 10. We're going to be under center in an I formation. Davis in the backfield. Nunez in the blocking fullback. Hands off to Davis. Lowers his shoulder, and he rolls over the defender, and he will get the 1st down. It looks like he was about to be brought down early, but the little rolling motion on top of the defender gave him the extra yard he needed, and so now it's 1st and goal from the 7. Smith in the shotgun. Claps his hands, has the snap. Drops off a screen pass to Davis. He's going towards the left edge. Spins it back into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Put the spin cycle move on the Texas defense. And that had them too confused. And we are right back in this thing near the end of the 2nd quarter as Davis makes the touchdown reception coming out from the screen pass. And you'd like to say decent blocking, but it really wasn't. One Longhorn defender got past 3 blockers. Thankfully, Davis had enough maneuverability to get around him. So now we would force the Longhorns to punt, so that gets us the ball back right at the 2-minute mark as we trail 7-9, trying to get something going, finding the ball to Davis over the middle for 9 yards. And here we go with no huddle. We do have 2 timeouts, but want to be careful on using them correctly and appropriately. 2nd and 1 now. Smith in the shotgun has the snap. Quick throw over the middle. He's going to hit Akiri, who this time hit, and he does hold on to it. And that's 1st and 10 now from the 36. Staying in the no huddle, going 5 wide this time. Smith looks over the defense. Sends Davis in motion, gets the jet sweep off to Davis. Cuts it back up in the little gap and is pushing forward, but brought down after a gain of only 4 yards. So that's going to make it 2nd and 6. Now, like I said, we're going no huddle. Clock is still ticking away, but I'm not too concerned about it right now. Smith has the snap in his hands. Quick throw over the middle, looking for Akiri. Just threw it about 2 yards behind him. I don't even think Akiri was expecting that throw to go to him. And the clock will stop with 1 minute and 8 seconds. 3rd and 6. Smith trying to fix the 3rd and 6. Hits Nakua, and he will hold on to it at the 23. 1st and 10 now. Risky throw. Very risky to the far side of the field, but Nakua comes up with it. And it's 1st and 10 Seminoles. Hands off to Davis up the middle. Takes it up for 5 yards more as we're now officially under 1 minute to go here in the second quarter from the 17-yard line. Smith, 3 receivers to the left side, making changes before the snap. Has it in his hands now. Clean pocket, takes off late, and he's going to be brought down. The pocket was clean for a little bit, and as soon as he started scrambling, things got a little hectic. Blockers lost control of their defenders, and he's going to be brought down for a sack. So now it's 3rd and 7. 38 seconds remain here in the second quarter. We just used our second timeout. So need to come up with a pretty solid play here. Just at about the 20-yard line. Just right inside the red zone this time. Smith claps his hands, sends Davis in motion. Has it. Quick throw to Davis on the right side. He's got space in front of him at the 10. Cuts around. Spin move once again. Pushing forward. Brought down at the 1-yard line. Connor Davis with the spin cycle on another Longhorn defender who didn't know what to do with it. He dropped it off to Davis. Great play on the little swing pass. Got him out into space, and that sets us up perfectly. So we are 1 yard away with 32 seconds remaining. Smith has the snap, rolls out to the right side. He's just going to walk it in himself. Touchdown Seminoles. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. John Smith on the scramble motion. And the best part is he knew those defenders really couldn't abandon their spot immediately just because we did have receivers coming into that area. But Smith being smart enough and savvy enough on the scramble to know, hey, let me just take this in myself. He's going to carry that in, and we are right back in it with the lead now here at the end of the second quarter. And that will actually take us to halftime, right? So there's about 15 seconds left by the time we scored. So here we are at halftime. And stat-wise, we're pretty much leading, and I think it does kind of match with the game. The different side is going to be those turnovers. Had we not had them, I think this game would be almost out of control, almost out of hand, potentially. But you know what? They did happen, so all you can do is deal with them when that occurs and bounce back. The Longhorns hit us fast after the first fumble with the throw to Romo, but we bounced back, held to our guns, held to what we do best, kind of continued to hammer the Longhorns, and this second half we're going to look to make it incredibly difficult on them. So let's jump into the second half. Speaking of that, on our opening possession here, 1st and 10 from the 42. Nakua is in motion. Smith has the snap in hand. He scrambles out to his right, throws it late, and I don't know who he's throwing to. Looked like he had, I think that was a Curie wide open over the middle. But he just didn't see him, I guess, from the scramble, and he made a pretty piss-poor decision. Luckily, it wasn't a fumble. So 2nd and 10, hands that off to Davis. Good blocking up the middle, spinning once again, pushing forward, and Davis is going to be brought down at the 28. He's got 61 yards on 12 rushes so far this evening. A really solid performance for him here in this Fiesta Bowl. 1st and 10 now from the 28-yard line. Smith in the shotgun, 3 receivers set. Nakua wide left all by his lonesome. Has the snap. Goes to try to drop off a screen pass, and it looks like Davis got tied up, so Smith had nowhere to go. And once again, thankfully, he did not fumble that. We saw what he can do against Tennessee last week with all the turnovers. So I'm glad that technically that hasn't fully repeated itself. So now 2nd and 20 following the sack. Smith has the snap in hand, throws it over. He's going to hit Burks. Gets past one tackler, pushing up the field, and he gets down to the 25-yard line. Good gain, about 13 yards to make it 3rd and 7. And I like these receivers are turning it, and they are heading north and south. They're not worried about the east-west movement. They're finding that lane, and they are turning it up. So now on 3rd and 7, Smith fires over the middle. He's going to hit it. Wusu this time as he makes the catch and is brought down at the 11. Another solid pitch and catch here from Smith to this receiving core, and that's going to set us up right outside the 10. We lead by 5, trying to extend. Smith from the pistol has the snap. Hands it. Play action. I thought he handed that one off, but it's a play action. He's rolling to the right, waiting for somebody to open up, but nobody does, and he just drops it off to Villano, who's going to pick up 5 yards, and that's going to make it 2nd and 5. Approaching the 5-minute mark on this opening drive coming out here in the start of the second half. Smith from the shotgun, 2 tight ends. Blitz comes, fires it over. He's going to hit Villano once more, trying to push forward, and he gets brought down at the 1. Oh, man, they're going to call it 3rd and 1, too. just outside the 1 yard line. Actually, they really just need to get onto the other side. This should be 3rd and inches. Going in the heavy set. Smith hands off to Boyette, and he's dragged down behind the line. Boyette, our heavier back, normally gets away with those, but Pugh for the Longhorns off that defensive line comes up and snags him and drags him down. And so 4th and 3. Now Amerson, he's pretty consistent from within the 30 yards. So he goes boot ball right down the middle to extend our lead now to 8 points in total. It is going to be 17-9. At least we got points coming out of that opening drive. So here we come back from the Wildcat after forcing a punt. Davis gets it to Lane, tosses it to Smith. He's going to fire it over. He's got Tunyon down the right side at the 20. He's chugging at the 10, 5, and he's dragged down at the 1. Oh, Smith found Tunyon wide open, and he was just 3 feet too slow. Oh, you get him to punt, you strike fast. Taking the words from Cobra Kai, strike fast, strike first, strike hard, or whatever combination you want to use it. That's what we're trying to do in this one. As we hit Tunyon down that right sideline and just couldn't, it was just 3 feet too slow. His first catch so far of the evening, it does go for 63 of the 64 yards needed, and that sets us up with the 1st and goal from the 1. Now here we're going to come out in a heavy set formation, already leading by 8. Boyette in the backfield, 3 tight ends. Smith has the snap, hands it to Boyette, going to the left side, and he walks that one in untouched. Touchdown, Seminoles. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. As our offense is trying to gain control over this game, and if we can continue to be this effective, we may be able to shut the Longhorns down once again, and that'll be the 3rd time in 2 years, and that'll get us a trip to the semifinals. If we can hold on, there's a lot of football left. 7.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Here come the Longhorns right back at us. From the 17-yard line, hands off to Coffee to the right side, breaking tackles. Copper couldn't bring him down, but Biggs does. Coffee's got 79 yards on 11 carries here for this Longhorn offense. A pretty good evening for him. 2nd and 6 now. Quincy staying in the shotgun. 3 receiver set. Has the snap. Quick throw to Coffee on the left side, being chased, and Biggs gets him. He got him and brings him down behind the line. Oh, they're going to give him the line to gain. That's stupid. 3rd and 6. Greg Biggs, the linebacker, he's done great in pass coverage on some running backs. He does have surprisingly fast closing speed. So 3rd and 6 from the pistol. Quincy fires that one over the middle. It's batted, and it's going to be tipped and caught by the Longhorn receivers as they're down the right sideline at the 30, 20, 10, giving chase, and we finally drag him down at the 3. You've got to be kidding me. Eric Duck, his first time touching the ball this evening, comes on a double tip by our defense, and he comes up with it and takes it down to the 3. So 1st and goal, hands it off to the left side, diving across the goal line, and the Longhorns are back in this one as they punch that one in, and that's going to give them 6 points for right now, 15 on that one, as they punch that one through, 15-24. And Dorian Franks, he's got 5 carries so far. That's his 1 touchdown so far today. And they are going to go for the extra point here. 9-point ball game. They're going to try to make it just 8. Boot, and it's going to be blocked again. We block it. Longhorns recover. The chasing tackle begin as we stop them. It was going to be an 8-point gain, but we blocked our 2nd extra point of the game, and that's going to keep it at 2 scores. Now later in the Wildcat, we get that one to Lane on the jet sweep. He's at the 50-40. He's going down the right side, stiff-arming his way forward down to the 24-yard line. This Longhorn defense has got a bunch of speed, kind of a little surprising amount of speed, really, if you ask me. As they get that, as we take off on them, but they chase us down, and that's going to be 1st and 10 from the 24. Davis leading that Wildcat, able to do that because he has been so effective on the ground so far this evening. So 1st and 10 from the shotgun, 3 wide set. Smith has the snap, drops that one off to Davis on the screen pass. He's got blockers out in front of him at the 10. Hit and brought down actually at the 11-yard line. He was at the 15, then got brought down at the 11. That's his 8th catch of the day for 78 yards. All these pretty much coming off on the screen. He does have some of them on the swing passes and coming out into the flats, but mostly on the screens. 1st and 10, hand that one off to Davis. Makes a cut, bounces off a couple tacklers, and Connor Davis picks up 5 yards. Now, he is a little slow getting up right now. He's looking like this is becoming kind of a struggle. And Lane is actually going to come into this one on a 2nd and 5. McCracken in motion. Lane has a snap. He's going to keep it, and he's going to walk it in. Touchdown Seminoles. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Lane on the Wildcat option, and he keeps it, and he takes that one in untouched. You know, he doesn't run that very often, so the fact he was able to read that defense that efficiently is actually fairly impressive. I'm kind of surprised to see that out of such a young kid, Terrell Lane, the freshman. And you can see he read that one perfectly. Once those outside defenders, bit on chasing down McCracken, it was pretty much an easy go for him. And that's going to take us here to a 2-point conversion attempt. 1 minute, 20 seconds remaining in the third. Smith in the shotgun 4-wide set, trying to make changes before the snap, looking over to the sideline. Stands in, has the snap. Blitz comes, quick throw over the middle, and it's going to be cut. No, he dropped it. He had Wusu. It was in his hands, and he dropped it. So Wusu drops it, and that, was the end of that. So we do have a 15-point lead. Here we come back into this one later in the fourth quarter. After our defense does its job, and the Longhorns offense has kind of been stalling here, Davis says there's no need for me to stall, even though he's wounded, as he picks up big gain on the left side down to the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 Seminoles here, under 14 minutes remaining. Smith in the shotgun, 2 tight ends. Gets a jet sweep to Nakua going down the right side. Tries to cut back, but nowhere to go and no gain. John Malecki, the strong safety freshman for the Longhorns, comes up with a big-time stop, and that's going to make us at 2nd and 10 here from the 31. This time under center in the I formation. Smith looking over the defense. Has the snap in hand. Hands it off to the left side. Big hole opens up, but Davis gets brought down. Just couldn't get around that last guy, and Davis is staying down, and he's going to be hobbled. He's coming off the field, so that's going to put Lane in here on the 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8 from the 29. 3 receivers left. Smith claps his hands. Has the snap back. In the pocket. Fires over. He's going to hit Burks. Pushing forward, and Burks gets just enough. He turned it up, lowered his shoulders. It's one thing I'll say about these Seminole receivers is they are not afraid of contact. They will take you head on if they have to, just to get that extra little bit, that extra little yardage. And that was enough to give us a 1st and 10 at the 21. So Smith staying in the shotgun now. Nakua wide left all by his lonesome. Lane still in the backfield. Smith has the snap. Blitz comes, fires it over, hits Curious, a race to the corner, dives, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown Seminoles. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. He went airborne so much that in his celebration, he disappeared. He glitched out of the matrix right there. Rico Akiri, he's always had the speed, but this time he had to go airborne to get that one punched across, and he does. And what a beautiful play to extend this lead out here for this Florida State team. So it's 37-15, 22-point game. Longhorns trying to come back. They still have time to crawl back in it. But Quincy goes inaccurate on that pass. Looks like if he could have been able to hit Ali, that would have been a lot of open field in front of him. Instead, it's 2nd and 10. So 2nd and 10, Quincy in the shotgun. Has the snap. Pressure comes, and he's too late to throw it, and Freeman's going to get there. Only the 2nd sack all game by this Florida State defense. And Cam Freeman comes up with the big one to make it a 3rd and 18 from their own 17-yard line for the Longhorn offense. What a play by Freeman to come flying through, making the big hit. I mean, right as he threw it, it's impressive Quincy didn't fumble that ball. So now it's 3rd and 18 here from their own 17, staying in the shotgun. 3 receivers set. Romo is in the slot right. Quincy has a snap. Blitz comes. It's blocked well, fired over the middle, and he's going to hit Duck, who's off to the races. Duck is straight down the middle, being chased. He's grabbed and he's brought down. He didn't have enough. He is 7 yards short. But good Lord, every time that kid touches it, it's looked like it's about to go the distance. So 1st and goal from the 7. 6.5 minutes to go. Quincy's got the snap. Quick throw to the right side. Hits his receivers. Hit and stood up and brought down. 2nd and goal from the 2 now. 2nd and goal. Quincy staying in the shotgun. Coffee is in the backfield with him. Romo's in the slot right position. Claps his hands, has the snap back. Hands it off to the right side. Nowhere to go. Defense was ready and came on the blitz. Ben Felix Strong safety came up to make that play, and a sure tackler he is. Brings him down for a loss and a 3rd and 5. So now Quincy has a snap, throws it over the middle as pressure was bearing down. He hits Ali this time, and that is going to be a touchdown for the Longhorns. As they are coming right, trying to get right back into this thing. It's now a 16-point ball game, 37-21. Jeremy Ali, the senior tight end, not wanting his final campaign to end early. So 5.5 minutes to go here. Longhorns are going to go for a 2-point conversion. Try to make it a 14-point ball game. Quincy has the snap. Pressure comes, being chased down the right side. Freeman hit him as he threw it. No good, basically. And that'll keep it at 16 points. Now, we were forced to punt, and so here comes the Longhorn offense once again as we bat that first pass down. Looked like Williams jumped up there to bat that one down. Look, Quincy just not really being on target all that much outside of the one throw to Duck. 2nd and 10. Quincy has a snap. Clean pocket. Fires it deep down the left side, and he overthrows Romo. That doesn't happen. That hadn't happened hardly at all this season. He overthrew a wide open receiver, and that could have been a game changer here with 3.5 minutes remaining. 3rd and 10, though. Quincy has the snap. Clean pocket. Fires over the middle. Hits his receiver. Late breaking across the middle. Who's going to be hit and stood up and brought down. So that's going to make it 1st and 10 now for the Longhorns at the 37-yard line. Quincy staying in the shotgun, 5 wide. He's in the backfield all by his lonesome. Has the snap. Throw over the middle. Hits his receiver, who gets brought down relatively quickly. So they are going no huddle right now as we are about 1 minute away from the 2-minute timeout. 2nd and 2. Quincy making changes before the snap. He's got 3 receivers. Has the snap in hand. Hanneman gives chase. Pressure, and Hanneman's going to bring him down. Quincy panicked, had no idea where to go with it, and that's going to make it 3rd and 17. Here in the 4th quarter, we lead by 16 points. Longhorns trying to come back. Quincy has the snap. Pressure gets there again, and that one's going to be picked off by Massey. He just had that one, read it perfectly, and the turnover we needed comes up right there for us, and that should be the game breaker for it, and it will be. Our offense will hold on to it the rest of the way. We'll kneel the ball out, and we are headed to the semifinals, ladies and gentlemen. We took out the 2 top teams in the SEC, Tennessee, who had been number 1 all year, and now we've taken out the SEC champions, the Texas Longhorns, in the VRBO Fiesta Bowl as we grab ourselves another bowl win, and that was a great game. I mean, John Smith, for a freshman, played absolutely outstanding. We had our ups and downs. Like, we made our mistakes, of course, little defensive breakdowns. But in the end, I think our standard style of play really warm out, and we are going to be able to come out on top here as we've got this one, and we've still at least got, there's 2 more games left in the season. We're only guaranteed 1 more, though, and that is going to be a big one, and it will be in the next episode as we have a rematch for the ACC championship against the Cal Bears. This time it'll be in Dallas at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. And guys, that will be the next episode. I will see y'all there. Remember to hit the subscribe button if you have not hit it already, and give us a thumbs up if you did like this video. You're excited for the new game. You're excited for the new season. All of it's coming really quick. Before you know it, it will be here. But I will see y'all in this next episode, everybody. So as always, stay safe, and well, y'all know how it goes from here, right? Later, y'all.